or any information that you'd like to collect from our presentation this morning. I do want to hand it over to Juvencio since this is our final meeting to see if he wants to say any few words before we get started.
Good morning, Marlene. Buenos días a todos y todas. I'm under the weather, but happy to be here with you guys. So I was thinking this morning, this group has been going on since the pandemic, and so many things has happened. It's always nice to kind of recollect some of the things that we had done throughout the year. And so we're so grateful to be partners on this journey and this work that we do in the community. And we hope that we continue to do so in 2020. 2020, 25. It's it's one of the things that I think is so great to see it is the number of events that Amescan has hosted in partnership and collaboration with you. As I was looking at the numbers of events and participants throughout the year in 2023, it's so great to see so many of you participate in a lot of these events. And I think our partnership and collaboration is really to elevate a lot of the work that we do together. But the most impressed is about what you bring to these collaboration efforts to serve the community in the state of North Carolina. It's so amazing to see many of you coming to some of these meetings and events that we host throughout the year. Um, and again, we're looking forward to continue to work with you next year. So, Marlene, thank you for facilitating this convening and bringing people together to share the resources to the community. I will pass it back to you.
Thank you, Juvencio. So as he mentioned, we have been going strong, but for those of you who are new, I would like to share a little bit more about the purpose of the meeting, our mission and our goals. So our mission is to be the voice of the community and to advocate across different sectors in North Carolina. Our three main goals are to be a multidisciplinary task force focused on Latino and marginalized issues, to intensively collaborate with local community partners, community members, and federal and state representatives so that we can educate the communities on any resources that are available or any up-to-date news that they might see fit that they need. And then lastly, to engage in our role as leaders and have consistency in our work. So the first half is just going to be a little bit of the accomplishments that we've had over the year, starting off with the meetings that we've hosted. I do want to say thank you to all those participants who hosted these meetings and sharing a little bit more about their organization and resources that they have available. So in February, we had our first meeting, which was an introduction meeting. We had around 35 participants, which was pretty good. In April, we had Hector M. Denoise from the EPA. He shared insights on his extensive experience in environmental enforcement and in international activities, and he discussed resources available for marginalized communities in North Carolina. In May, we had Belen Rogers. She is the Nutrition Programs Coordinator at the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. She shared resources that the agency has to offer further marginalized communities in North Carolina, and she also shared her contact information for those interested in having these resources shared with you guys. In June, we had Dr. Abby Garganis and the Blue Cross NC team discuss their study on health disparities among Latinos and Hispanic members, focusing on diabetes, prenatal care, and colorectal cancer screenings. In July, we had Michael Cooper, Senior Director of Advocacy at NC Child, and Development Associate Nayelin Banda share NC Child's 2023 report. And that covered a lot of education topics and health. On August 12th, we had Portia Pope and Carolina Cecilio Perez share NCDHHS's 6-year strategic plan. So that was really nice to see and learn more about what the state has planned for North Carolina and its residents. So again, all this information is shared on our YouTube channel if you guys missed it, and I will share that link at the end. In September, we had Philip C. Triplett, volunteer agency liaison at the North Carolina Department of Public Safety's Division of Emergency Management, share valuable insights on how we can support Latino and marginalized communities in North Carolina during crises, especially in the area of disaster preparedness and recovery. In October 21st, we had Al Richmond, MSW Executive Director of Community Campus Partnerships for Health. He shared valuable insights on structural inequity and the role of community-engaged research in fostering partnerships that address this issue, like education, immigration, and cultural diversity. Lastly, last month we had on the 18th, Pete Moore and Erica Samoff. They shared insights on the rising rates of HIV, and discussed how we can better support the Latino community in accessing HIV prevention resources, education, and care. Are there any questions? My chat box. Okay. So statistics and visuals of the work that Mexican has done in the past year. So going over our health department, we had monthly NC Latino Health Alliance meetings. We had meetings encompassed from the NC Latino agenda. We had heart health and diabetes webinars, as well as virtual health workshops on stress reduction, suicide prevention, and depression in adolescents, as well as health fairs providing general medical services and dental care. We were able to assist over 1,800 individuals in 2024. For our education department, we had tutoring sessions at
Matt,
local
how are
schools
you?
and community
I'm
centers.
doing well. How are you?
Good. It's been busy, but blessed.
I do
Yeah,
hear
same.
some feedback. Okay, sorry. So we had some tutoring sessions at local schools and community centers. We had back to school events with school supplying school supplies for the kids. We had parent engagement meetings connecting families to school resources. And then we had Latino Education Alliance meetings to address educational disparities, as well as our Amigos Sin Frontera online courses, where we teach English to Spanish-speaking students or adults. And then we also had a course where we were teaching Spanish to English-speaking individuals. We were able to assist over 2,900 individuals in 2024. For our culture department, our biggest department, this year, as participant-wise, we had our annual Latino Festival and holiday celebrations, which included Dia de los Niños, Dia de los Muertos, things like that. We had cultural workshops and community celebrations, such as the Spring Festival and Hispanic Heritage Month events. We had art and dance competition, well, not competitions, but we presented these dances to the community during our community gatherings. And then lastly, we had collaborations with schools for cultural enrichment programs. This included our consulate on wheels, our consulado sobre ruedas, and also our food drive. We were able to assist over 11,400 individuals in 2024. For our advocacy department, we were able to host citizenship workshops and legal information sessions, press conferences, including Here to Work, roundtable discussions, voter education, and activation sessions with Democracy NC and other partners. We also had town hall meetings addressing community concerns, as well as advocacy campaigns on policy and legal issues affecting the Latino communities. Here we had over 5,300 individuals that we were able to assist for 2024. Next, I'm going to share a short video that we were able to collect over the past year of all the activities the Mexican has done. So I will turn my screen off and play the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. So this next portion that I have planned for the NC Latino Community Task Force is hearing more from you guys. So I have two questions, and I will have it open for anybody to raise their hand or enter in the chat box. The first question is, what challenges did you face in 2024 from your part in your organization, your agency that you would like to share with us? And maybe we can discuss some solutions for 2025, or anything that you'd like. And then the next question is, what resources or support do you feel are missing in our current efforts? So I will leave this open. If anybody would like to raise their hand or unmute, the floor is open. I do see that we have Alex on the call. I don't know, Alex, if you want to get us started.
Okay. Hi, what do you say? My presentation, my introduction?
I opened up the floor to ask the two questions. So the first one was, what challenges did you face in 2024? And what resources or support do you feel are missing in our current efforts?
Oof. What challenge in 2024? It's complicated, but we have many or different. Yeah, we have elections, the elections systems, and the other thing is this is the first one, the elections in this 2024. What resources support do you feel? I mean, this is NC Latino. NC Latino is is one resource for support. This is really, this is NC Latino is one part, the communication, then the working, the learning, the inclusion, understand what happened in the old North Carolina state. Yeah, for Latinos. For Latinos, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Is there anybody else? I also see Brenda Robertson. I don't know if you'd like to speak.
Yeah, when I was thinking about the first question, what challenges did we face in 2024? For us, it would be making sure we're reaching the Latino community, to share our resources and, of course, educate them on exactly what Legal Aid of North Carolina has to offer. I really didn't see anything that was missing because I saw is that from the overview last year that you all did address legal issues for the community. So I don't see anything really missing in your current efforts. So that's about it for me, but thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. See Juvencio.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Brenda. So Brenda, what since you've been following up and you've been participating with this framework for many years, what do you like to see in the future of this framework? And hence, as you already mentioned about the resources, we have multiple resources. And this group is very interdisciplinary group, so it has bring different sources, different knowledge, and different lens into this framework. What do you think we need to do something different in 2025 than what we did in 2024?
From what I can see, I really don't know what else I could tell you to do different because you all do involve us as well as other organizations that I'm aware of that are involved in your outreach events. We are invited. Sometimes our areas are so rural, Legal Aid of North Carolina, our service areas are so rural. I think we just worry about, are we actually reaching the Latino community in our rural areas? And that's with a lot of demographics as far as Legal Aid of North Carolina. So I think you all have been great making sure that we're at the table with a lot of things. So I'm grateful for that. I hope I answered your question.
No, thank you, Brenda. Thank you. We have a message from Karina on the box. Marlene, and I don't know if Karina would like to open her microphone and kind of leverage more into that. Because the other thing also too, this working group is not local, regional, it's mostly statewide. So people coming from different lands and different demographics, locations. So I don't know if Karina, you want to open your microphone and kind of give us more meat into what you're talking about for mental health.
Sure. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, for the first question, what challenges did you face in 2024? I feel like for me working in public health, I'm in Mecklenburg County. One of the things that we have seen is that mental health has been a topic that our Latino population has not been too open to, discuss or seek services for a very long time, but now we're seeing changes. And now that the population is asking for, resources or providers, it's very limited. We don't have a lot of bilingual providers. The cost is really high. If a person doesn't have insurance, they even now that they want to get the service, they cannot really access it. So we are seeing a constantly getting questions from the community of where they can go. So that's the challenge that we're facing now. But it would be great if maybe there are other options throughout the state, and we can offer, either seminars, forums, where we invite some of the bilingual providers to speak to a Latino population somewhere, or make it more available so they can still learn or find other solutions. But that's something that I wanted to share that we're seeing.
So then maybe Marlene give us an ideas in terms about bringing maybe some speakers to talk about mental health on the local, regional, statewide, and where providers in the community can access to that services. That's what I feel like that it needs to be incorporated for 2025, and maybe schedule some speakers to talk about, about those resources. Because as Karina said, we have very limited bilingual resources for mental health.
Thank you, Karina. I did see
Thank you.
earlier. Oh, sorry. I did see earlier, Hector had his mic unmuted. I don't know if Hector, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to expand a little about the previous person in terms of challenges. And my name is Hector Denoise, and I work with an environmental petitioning agency in Atlanta. And one of the things that I noticed is, there's this administration that they're about to leave have pushed a lot of grants and money to environmental justice areas for different projects. And I don't see a lot of Latino organizations trying to take advantage of this. There's billions of dollars worth of money that was put out in different EJ grants. And I rarely see a Latino organization requesting. And we've been trying to do, this is why I come here once in a while and talk to you guys. But and other forums as well, but we don't see that. And I know the federal, grant system is not the easiest. You basically have to find somebody that knows how to write a grant and to be able to actually try to get the grant and propose projects and all these things. But it's just, sometimes makes me sad that I don't see there's a lot of money available. And the same thing happened talking to our, once in a while I meet with our folks in HHS, and during COVID, same thing happened. There's millions of dollars out there, and the Hispanic community, for whatever reason, we don't take advantage of that. And for the future, hey, no idea. New administration, different focus. We have no idea what's going to happen. So we're still trying to figure it out, what's going to happen after January 20th in terms of the same amount of resources available, if any. So that's the unknown, that we don't know. So that's the only thing I wanted to share.
Thank you, Hector. We do appreciate that insight, and it is true. Moving in 2025, we are going to have a different administration, so everything's going to change. So I feel like next year what we can focus on is how we can continue to support our communities with those changes. I think meetings, continuously monthly, but having more interactive conversations and speaking more will be able to help us in each department, whether, you have, the EPA, but we can support each other and make it through these next couple of years. But yeah, I think that's a good idea and something to think about as I move into 2025. As your host, I want to hear more about what we can do to support the community and you guys by sharing these resources, like Arina mentioned, having more mental health speakers and how we can connect those to the community. Is there anybody else that would like to say anything? Anything that they'd like to reflect on? Anything that they faced, that you guys faced in 2024, now coming into 2025, that you'd like for us to be able to support you guys or share resources on?
Marlena, what Hector was talking about is that maybe what we need to do also is invite some of these public agencies, where they have resources. I mean, Hector is true. What, not many non-traditional groups or organizations applies for those public funding, and maybe if we can bring one or two next year to talk about those resources. Maybe we can bring Caroline if it's still in her office, next year, or maybe other sources from the state and the federal to talk about the resources they have there.
Vicky?
Thank you. Gracias. What I had to say is, what is the biggest challenge in 2025 we have, right? We were trying to visit a good part of the rural areas in North Carolina to inform them and make the community understand the need to prepare themselves legally for these difficult times and not let unscrupulous people take advantage on their needs and vulnerability. That was almost whole 2024 because we think what's going to be happen with our community because HB10, because it can be this is what happened right now that we have right now. We have to fight right now. But for next 2025, we had a free action plan for the community that we hope will be very helpful. Please, if you want to know more about what they're talking about, because it's something free for our community, I'm going to let all my information, my phone number, and even my email, if you guys want to know something more, because we need really help to spread that voice. And other than our community that now have too many needs in these matters, we make many things for free now. So thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. I did see some comments from Monica Rodriguez. I didn't know if you wanted to speak a little bit more on what you mentioned.
Hello, everyone. Just like Monica, greetings from South Carolina. I just would like to know, obviously the situation or the community itself is a little different from here than in North Carolina, but at the same time, we're facing kind of like the same challenges. But I feel like in my area particularly, we're lacking a lot of resource information, especially statewide resources. As I mentioned, mental health is a big one for us here. So if you guys have any resources such as that I could share with my community, I would be really grateful.
Thank you, Monica, for sharing, and we'll be sure to make sure to highlight that in 2025. Are there any other comments or suggestions, challenges
Monica, since you're bringing this up, if you have any specific recommendation from South Carolina that we can invite to speak, I think it would be great. We open for anybody would like to come and talk to this group. Um, a lot of times we have some representatives from the national level. Um, so I think it would be beneficial for us if you have some specific recommendations that you would like to see it and bring us. So can Marlene invite some people from South Carolina and talk about what's going on?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't know if Miss Melissa from Trillium is able to speak. I know I've always seen you on our calls. I just want to see if there's anything that you guys faced in 2024, if there's any resources or support that we can help as well.
Thank you. No, we're just out here trying to just, educate folks about what we do and then also about, the North Carolina health plans. So I do find that I'm educating more about standard plans and, what went into effect in 2021. And then the tailored plan, what we cover. In any of the counties that we, cover for the 46 counties, we can continue to provide education and information um, out in the communities and counties. And I can also send you, I think I have in the past, but the link to our website because we do provide a lot of great trainings, mental health first aid and QPR, the suicide question, persuade, refer. But we also have some other trainings too. So I'll make sure to send that to you to send out. We also have My Learning Campus that folks can go on and different trainings under that, which is very helpful, we find in the community. And we're doing different things out in the community, like the reentry simulations. And so if you're in any of those counties, I do recommend you to try to attend. We also are starting to do some early intervention simulations. We have one in January in Wayne County that we would love for folks to come. We're also doing a human trafficking symposium in Edgecombe in the new year too. And I can send that information, those flyers to you to send out. And anyone can attend. Those are free. So we would love to have you all. But I'll send any of that or all of that information for you to just send out to folks if that's helpful.
Thank you, Melissa, and thank you for joining us over these past years. We do appreciate your continued support.
No, absolutely. This is a really valuable meeting. I'd like to join when I can to just hear the resources and everything that folks have going on. It's helpful. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. This is my first time on the meeting. My name is Jalen Harley. I'm the business industry liaison for Southeast Nonprofit Housing. We are the new NFJP grantee in the career services field in North Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama as well. So I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. Um, and sorry. And if anybody has any, resources they want to collaborate or connect, I dropped my email in the chat. So if you want to collaborate and possibly talk, further in depth about some things we have going on, obviously it's the career services, some WIOA stuff, which is working, Workforce Innovation Opportunities Act, just helping those agricultural families progress in those careers or possibly pivot to other careers. And we would also be willing to help their children, possibly, usually high school age or going into different careers or college. We provide some assistance with that as well. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, and I definitely will be reaching out to have you speak in 2025. so that our partners can hear a little bit more about the work that you do and the services that you guys can provide for the community. We do appreciate you joining us today. So yeah, we hope to see more of you. Is there anybody else? If not, I will move on unless Juvencio has one more thing he might want to add.
No, Marlene, no, thank you.
Perfect. So for 2025, we do have 3 speakers aligned, but I do want to share that I will be going back and reviewing this recording to get those speakers that you guys are requesting to hear more about. But I did want to mention that in January, we are going to be having Tyreek Woods from NC State. He's going to be sharing the 2025 Emergent Issues Forum and Eastern NC scholarships that are available for community members. So I thought this was a really nice opportunity for us to hear more about what's going on and learning more resources that we can share with our members. In February, we're going to have Carolina Cecilio provide an NCDHHS update. I know they're going to be launching a health insurance literacy here soon, so they can share a little bit more about what's going on the state level. And then in March, I did want to go back to Hurricane Helene and have Luz Sanabria Reyes from Volunteer NC share a little update about what's been going on. I know it's a long recovery, but it is nice to hear what's going on at the moment and how we can support our Western community. Next, a Mexican has her final event, our Christmas Posada. It will be Saturday, December 14th. So this Saturday from 11 to 3 at the Boys and Girls Club of the Coastal Plains here in Greenville, NC. We are still accepting organizations to sign up to be a part of this event. The QR code's here, and then we'll enter that in the chat box. If you have any questions, you can contact Bianca Perez. Her email's in the bottom, and then her phone number as well. Registration has closed for Toys for Tots for the kids to receive toys, but it's still open. We're still going to have lots of activities, games, food. So please be sure to join us, even if you don't register to have a table. It'll be nice to celebrate with everyone. And that's all I have. I know this is a short meeting, but I do appreciate you guys for joining us. Thank you for this great year. We were able to accomplish a lot in our communities, and we appreciate the support. I did put the QR code to our YouTube playlist for those of you who have missed any of our meetings. Everything's up there. But yeah, thank you guys. And I hope you have a great 2025 celebration. And we look forward to hearing from everyone next year.
Just an update before you end. The posadas from 1 to 5, you guys. Our times did change. Jennifer did update on the chat, but the posadas from 1 to 5.
Thank you. And yeah.
Marlena, one thing that I would like to mention to the group here, the NC Latino Community Task Force, in conjunction with the Farm Workers Resource Network, hosting a conference in February 2025. This is going to be our second conference focused on farm workers. So I encourage you to attend to this conference. It's going to be in Pitt County. Our first conference last year was very successful. We had some good attendance and some good speakers. So we look forward to attend to this conference in February 2025.
Thank you, Ventura. I did almost forget that one. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Happy holidays.